Welcome back to the First Team All Purpose Podcast. We've been going a couple weeks. We had the election last week. Me and Duece was on CNN talking about talking about the
Man,
presidential election. Frank Jones was crying on CNN. That's like a holiday every 4 years. But we're back. We're talking football. There's a whole lot going on in the league right now. A bunch of insane games, players, performances, whatever you name it. Before we get it popping, we're gonna flip it one time. I was in the gym today, and I heard a remix version of Backstreet Boys' "I Want It That Way," right? And I had never heard this before. It was like a Kids Bop version, but it was corny, but it was fire because the song is fire, right? So I thought, is that the best boy band hit of all time? Like in the boy band era, the NSYNCs and the 98 Degrees. Is "I Want It That Way" the best hit, the biggest hit to come out of the boy band era?
That's man, it's that it got to be that one, and I'm trying to think of the one that Emmanuel used to sing all the freaking time. He used to sing that joint it's probably that one he used to sing all the
I
time.
Want It That Way. That was heavy. That was heavy in our area.
Yeah, so you're right. That got to be up there, yo. That brings back mad memories just
Yo,
hearing that song, though. But yeah, I want it that way.
What you got, G?
Nah, I think I'm gonna have to agree. Like, is the boy band hit that age the best? Because we liked it when we was kids, but like even as adults,
Definitely.
it's still age. Right?
It still bops, bro. I heard it in the gym and I was like, this is fire, bro. Like, tell me why ain't nothing. That's hard, bro.
Let me ask you a question based off what you just said right now, because I actually had an argument with my girl like a month ago.
Okay.
Whose music aged better between NSYNC and Backstreet Boys?
Based off of that, that's hard. See, that's hard because I like
Backstreet
NSYNC,
Boys, man. Nah,
I like NSYNC. No, I'm not saying I'm NSYNC. I'm saying we like NSYNC. They were
we like both
great.
of them.
I still listen to "This I Promise You" a lot from NSYNC. The "Bye Bye" is not really my vibe no more.
That's what I'm saying.
I Want It That Way. I Want It That Way is the deciding factor. I think it trumps them over.
Everybody,
Come on.
Backstreet Boys got it, B.
I definitely think, I think Backstreet Boys got it. I think NSYNC had the better talents. They had the better singers for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's easily
better vocalists.
Jesse.
They're more entertaining. They're more entertaining. They like now.
Exactly, they were definitely more entertaining. But Backstreet Boys,
their videos is more live.
Right. Yeah, they were making like little movie films. Like they were like very Janet Jackson inspired, making those types of videos. But "I Want It That Way" that's gonna win every time. Like I played that, bro. I played that at graduation a couple years ago, 8th grade graduation. I had a couple of my students sing it, and like we practiced. I didn't even know like these kids, 12, 13, 14-year-olds knew it still. The whole audience was singing along to it. Like it was like it just dropped. The song is crazy. That's right. There was a new tune of that on TikTok. Okay.
30 years later.
30 years. All right, man. Let's get into the football. Yo, there's a whole lot going on in Dallas right now. By the way, Gene and I will be in Dallas for Monday Night Football. I can't believe we thought we were going to see 2 Super Bowl contenders when we made these reservations. But Dak is out. Micah's back. But DeMarcus Lawrence, the Cowboys are just bad. Let's just keep it a buck. They're bad right now. And it seems like everything is falling apart. Cherry Jones is talking crazy to the media, in the media, I should say, in the media, right? Their players are beefing with media members. Trevon Diggs, that whole thing got resolved. Micah Parsons won't stop podcasting. He's saying a lot of crazy things. CeeDee Lamb is dropping touchdown passes because he can't see because of the big glare. That all of a sudden this glare just is there. Like, where was it all these years? Like,
I was just saying, I was like, I'm just hearing about this now that they're 2-5, 2-7.
Never seen the glare before. Never seen the glare before.
About it.
But apparently it's an issue now. And Mike McCarthy is likely going to be out, and people are talking about Deion Sanders should be the next coach. What do we make of all the drama going on in Dallas, man? Like, what are your reactions and thoughts to all of this nonsense?
Be honest with you, I said it weeks ago. I said this the get right team. So that's the team that's just go in there, just get right on. Like that's how that organization is right now. And like you got your players worrying about podcasting. You got all like you said, all of a sudden it's a glare coming through the stadium. The funniest part was when Jerry Jones said, well, "Fucking tear it down. Let's build a new one." Yeah, we're just gonna tear it down and build a new one. Yo, that one had me dying. I was like, all right, yeah, it's all mayhem over there right now. They just got to start all over. Just start all over, like you said. Get Dion and his sons to come over there, take it
You like
over.
that? Do you think that's a good idea?
I said Dion was gonna end up going to the NFL. I think
You did say that.
he's gonna end. I think he's gonna go to the team though. Probably not Dallas, but a team definitely gonna pick him up.
You think this year, like this soon?
Yeah, hell yeah. Look at the Saints. Saints ain't got nobody. Saints, what you the Saints? Giants on the Giants right there too. You never
I'm
know.
just thinking if he would leave Colorado this soon. I mean, obviously for the ideal job. Yeah, for the bread and the right job, he'll do it. But
If
The only
team
thing
is
is,
paying him $13 million, he's leaving, man.
yeah, the only thing is, it's just that I don't know. Maybe I don't know I don't know how that will play out within the locker room because everybody's it's like it's like they got a lot of egos. It seemed like in the NFL locker room more than the college locker room.
yeah, because they're getting paid more than the coaches. So
So it's going to
they
be
have a lot
like,
more to play.
so how's that going to come into play coming into NFL locker room, knowing like it's Dion coming in like you said, he got his his own baggage and all that.
No, but it's all gonna depend
I
on
do think he's going to
what
be in the
presidents that
NFL
he
though.
sent, though,
I
right?
definitely think that.
No, I'm saying like it depends. If he shows up to the team on Dallas and he's trying to be buddy, is not gonna work, right? Like there's a reason why guys like Dan Campbell on the Lions and Bill Belichick were successful. Like they bring that type of coaching where they're holding players accountable and they won't be scared to cut you, to trade you, to send you packing. Bill Belichick, you 5 minutes late to a meeting. You 5 minutes early to a meeting. He's looking at you crazy, like, yo, you should have been here 20 minutes ago. So all
Tom
this thing
Coughlin,
about
too, yeah.
right, like all this thing about players not respecting Dion because of it's the NFL. I don't buy that, like, because the coaches will set the trends that they want in their locker room. And come on, if you can't respect one of the greatest football players of all time, who can you respect or listen to? You feel me?
Yeah.
But with that being said, I don't know where the Cowboys go from it. I think the only thing is like Jerry Jones needs to know how to fall back. All right, this ain't the 1990s.
That's not going to happen. We know that's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen. That's just him.
Right?
It's just not going to happen.
Yo, every time they lose a game, your man is already conducting an interview 10 minutes after.
Exactly.
Like, you just what he was doing, I was out there playing. Like, it gets to a point, like, man, you're doing too much, man. Like, if you want to be in face of the camera when you win, that's fine. But, like, sometimes you're aggravating and you're making the issue a bigger thing than it is because of the type of person and how polarizing you are. Learn how to fall back, man. Didn't Mace had a great quote that I was watching when he was talking about like Jay Prince? He's like, old people are always the last to know these things, bro.
Yeah. Because they know one way. They know one way. They don't adapt. Yeah.
Like,
I think Jerry Jones, we've been telling him to fall back for forever. But I think now more than ever, where it's like your players have a platform. Because back then, players had to talk through Dallas media. Now, Micah, literally less than 12 hours, my man was on the podcast clearing up his comments. I'm like, dog, like you just lost. You didn't even take a shower yet.
Ew.
It's crazy. And I can't only help but think that's like the precedent, like Gene is saying, that they are taking from their owner. Like, who cares? Like, we're going to talk. We're going to say how we feel, whether it's, too soon, too late, whatever it is. We're just going to do what we need to do to get our brands up there. And I feel like a lot of what Jerry does is to keep him in the media. Like, what other owner is talking every single week? There's owners that I haven't heard from in years, bro. Like, you have a GM to talk. You have coaches to talk. You have, the PR personnel to put out press releases. Owners don't talk as much as Jerry does. He's doing it so he can stay relevant, so the Cowboys can stay relevant. In one way, shape, or form, we're going to talk about it, which is why Cam Newton went on First Take and was like, why are we talking about the Cowboys? They're awful. And they were like, well, because people still like the Cowboys. So if you don't talk about the Cowboys, people are not going to watch First Take. That's BS. Like, y'all just talk about them because y'all want to keep people engaged and reacting positively or negatively. I think it's interesting that Duece said that Deion, he could see Deion making that jump now because, and I was like, there's no way he's going to leave Colorado this soon. Like, they're having a great season. But I'm like, wait a minute. It just hit me. Like Umar, something just hit me. If Colorado is vastly overachieving to the point where they are now in a place where they might make the playoffs if everything breaks well. Yeah. Would that be the perfect time to say, I did what I had to do and get out of it? Because we don't envision that they're just going to be this good all the time. I mean, his starting quarterback is leaving, right? His starting receiver / cornerback is leaving. We don't know what kind of recruits they're going to get, even though we think Deion can recruit. You just don't know in this college landscape. Maybe overachieving and like selling high on yourself is the best time to make that jump, especially when a job like the Cowboys is open.
Nah, if he's gonna make that jump, the NFL will always be there. I think he'll make that jump to a better program like college football, a better college football program, right? Like I don't know, I haven't been following. I don't know, like is like Notre Dame or Penn State or one of those. Yeah,
Florida State,
one of those.
That's what I was saying.
Florida State is the alma mater.
That's what I'm saying. The NFL is always gonna be there. So to piggyback on what you're saying, if hypothetically they make the playoffs and they advance far, or them just making is an improvement from last season, I think a bigger college, team, he would make that jump before he'll go to the NFL. To me, the NFL will always be there. And every year the NFL has 4 or 5 franchises that fire coaches, and he can go to anyone, get $13, $14 million.
Now, let me ask you guys this. Does this matter? This is my one pushback of the NFL always being there. Absolutely, it's always going to be there. Similar to J.J. Redick and the Lakers job, right? You don't turn down J.J. Redick wasn't the Lakers' first option. They were trying to get Dan Hurley from UConn, and then they pivoted to J.J. Redick. And J.J. Redick, even though people feel like, well, you're the second choice, you don't turn down the Lakers job. Jobs will always be there, but coaching the Dallas Cowboys is like that. That's like the Lakers' job of the NFL. Does that not matter? You don't think
so? Anymore. Not anymore, man. Like,
it's still the Dallas Cowboys, Gene. They're still the Cowboys, though.
They still the Cowboys, like saying it like that, and like how they generate money and how much they like their name.
Right, because if Deion goes to Dallas and wins, it'll trump anything he will ever do it'll never die. We still hear about the Cowboys Super Bowls, and they ain't been in one since the 90s. Just think about it. It'll live on forever.
So since Bill Parcells left the Cowboys 20 years ago, what big time NFL head coach or from the college level or just regular NFL coach wanted that Dallas job?
I think a lot of people wanted it. I think a lot of people couldn't.
Mike McCarthy?
Oh, you're talking about like from college.
From college or the NFL? Like what team wanted to go?
Cowboys haven't had a lot of coaches. They haven't had a lot of coaches. Jason Garrett's been there he was there for over 12 years, and then they went to Mike McCarthy. There hasn't been a lot of coaches changes in Dallas.
Wade Phillips before him.
Wade Phillips, right after Bill. Right after Bill, Wade Phillips.
Before Bill was, I think Dave Campo or something like that. But I'm saying from their glory years, like 96 was the last year that they won. From 96 to 2024, they've had coaching vacancies, and I don't ever hear like big time. Like Nick Saban went from LSU to the Dolphins, bro.
Because that show was open. The Dallas Cowboys job is not open often, bro. It went from Bill to Wade because Wade was on the staff, and Wade is like a defensive beast. Like as far as like a coach,
Jimmy Johnson won 2 Super Bowls. Jerry Jones found a way to get him up out, and he put Barry Switzer from Oklahoma in. So Jerry Jones, if he wants, Jerry Jones will finagle some movements behind the scenes to get who he wants. I'm just saying, no big time, coach wanted to go there. The proof is in the pudding.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't see Deion turning down the Cowboys job if he wants to go to the NFL. It's not about like whether he can coach. I think if Deion says, "Yo, I want to go," and any job is open, Deion's going to pick the Cowboys. He played there. He like his legacy is there, and it's the like the money he's going to make there. Like I could see the camp. I could see the ads right now, bro. I could see it right.
Hypothetically, let's say 49ers have a bad year, and the season bad. They get rid of their coach. Wait. No, they get rid of their coach. Cowboys get rid of their coach, and there's both vacancies. You telling me Deion would pick the Cowboys over the 49ers? I don't believe that.
I do.
He's gonna go wherever Shador can go.
Nah,
but I think that's the number one thing. It's where can Shador? I think he's gonna try to slide Shador to wherever he can go. So if the Raiders are calling and Raiders are like, "Yo, we'll draft Shador," or if the Giants are calling, "We'll draft Shador and we want you." And again, I don't think Deion wants to go to the NFL yet. This is all hypothetically based on if he's ready to make that jump. I think Deion's gonna try to align himself with Shador. If he can't do that, I think it's gonna be to the Cowboys. Like I think he, like Rex Ryan said, he loves them. He had pride, Cowboy pride. He won a Super Bowl there. Again, all of this is like we don't know what Deion's going to do, but I think again the Lakers, you don't turn down the job, even if you have no idea. Like you're Darvin Ham, you have no clue what you're doing. You take the job and you figure it out. You get fired, so what? You get paid a bunch of money. You're on now that list of guys who coach that team. Darvin Ham is always going to be in Laker lore for better or worse. Like he's a meme every day. But hey, I coached the Los Angeles Lakers for 2 years. We went to Western Conference Finals, dog. What you talking about? What's the mistake on that? So we'll see. We'll see if Deion could if Deion makes some noise in the playoffs, and then what happens from there. The Kansas City Chiefs, bro, they escaped defeat. I thought for sure they were going to lose on Sunday. When the Denver Broncos came to kick the game-winning field goal with no time left on the clock and they missed it. Can this team legitimately go 17-0? And like, I mean, we think they might be able to three-peat, but do you guys think that they can go 17-0 and go completely undefeated?
Nah, they losing. They getting too close. They're not losing, but they're winning close games. They're winning close games. That is like that block field goal. That was close right there. So I don't think they go undefeated. I think they probably lose like two games because they could have lost the first game, but we ain't gonna go back that far. They could have lost that game. And you know what I'm saying? So it's a I don't think they go undefeated.
Dude, they should be at least 2 to 3 losses already. That Ravens game first week, Isaiah Likely's big toe stepped out of bounds. Then you had a game against, I think, the Bengals. They won 27-26. This past game, it's not like they're blowing teams out. Pat Mahomes is having a bad year for his standards, But then the biggest thing, we don't even need to go any further. 8 games left. They got the Bills. They got the Chargers. They got the Texans, Steelers, and Broncos. All those teams, 5 out of the 8 teams have winning records, man. Like, I think at some point in the season that they're going to run into one of these teams and end up taking an L. And last but not least, why would you want to go undefeated? Why would you want to go undefeated and then, go to the playoffs, then you have to win it all? And you're already trying to three-peat, right? Right? Look at the Patriots. They did. Remember that Patriots season when they were undefeated? You know how many battles they had that regular season against the Giants? It was a Monday night game against the Ravens. Remember, against the Ravens, they had some crazy battle. And by the time they got to the finish line, they didn't have nothing left. And they lost, So why would you want to go 17-0? End of the, game 17 and 18 of the regular season or week 18, rest some of your players.
So I'm looking at the schedule. I think the Bills this week is probably going to be, if there's a game I would say they're most likely to lose this season, it's the Bills. After that, I think it's the Steelers. I don't know about Houston. Houston looks like they can't block anybody on their offensive side of the ball. And who knows where Nico is physically at that point, if that hammy is completely healed. They play it really safe with him.
I like how the Chargers are playing, though, man. The Chargers are good. And Herbert is playing pretty well.
He's playing great ball. I gotta give him his props. He's playing great ball. Jim Harbaugh. I think Jim Harbaugh. Everyone's talking about Mike Tomlin, coach of the year. I think Jim Harbaugh right now will be my coach of the year. Like the Chargers got rid of everybody on offense and they got rid of Keenan Allen, they got rid of Austin Eckler, and they're right there in the playoff run. Like it's
right
we
there,
thought
right
they were going to
back
be
at it.
we thought they were going to be picking top 5 this year. They're like all the
Exactly.
analysts were like they're tanking the year so they can rebuild and retool. They've picked up some guys, Lad McConkey, the rookie wide receiver, the little white dude in the slot, he's killing. Like they
He's a
just
beast.
figured things out. J.K. Dobbins, coming off, Duece. I know you miss him right now, even though you got your great running back. But
he was hurt those 2 years though.
And now he's refound his career. He looks like Georgia.
Yeah.
He looks like Georgia, J.K. Dobbins again. So I think Jim Harbaugh's doing a fantastic job over there. I think the Bills this week. Then they got the Panthers. They're going to kill them. Vegas. They always play Vegas tough, but they're beating Vegas. The Chargers are going to make it interesting. Cleveland. They're probably going to have to score some points to beat Cleveland because Jameis just be throwing it. Jameis
gonna.
It's YOLO time.
You don't know which Browns are getting that week. He might put up 5 TDs or 5 intos. So
5 intos, but ball will be thrown. That's for sure. We're definitely going to be taking some shots. I think Pittsburgh. If Russ could sustain this type of play, they're going to be very, very hard because their defense is really, really, really good, man. And Denver, I think Denver might give them a game. It depends on what the Chiefs or if Denver's playing for a playoff spot. If they're out of it. And if the Chiefs haven't lost by then, maybe they rest the guy. Maybe they go into their bye if they've already locked up the number 1 seed and already have an L. There's no point to risk that. Or maybe they say football. You don't play with the football gods. You got to play every game like it's the last. Maybe they play and stay healthy enough just to get that momentum, even though they'll have a bye. So I don't think that really is that much of a difference. But I don't think they'll go undefeated. I think the Bills actually are going to beat them this week. The Bills are at home. The Bills are tough. The Bills are tired of losing to the darn Chiefs. I think Josh Allen's going to take this personal. I mean, Kansas City came into their crib last January and beat them to go to the AFC Championship game. I think Josh Allen's tired of hearing all of that. And I think, again, this MVP season he's putting together where he's literally carrying the team right now because all their receivers are freaking hurt. And they're still putting up 30, 34 points a game. I think this will be the week they lose, but I don't think entirely they'll go undefeated this season because they've been too close to losses already. Way too close to losses for comfort. So we'll go with that. Duece, from week 10, who do you got that went crazy?
For week 10, it was the early game, Thursday game.
Okay.
I got 2 people.
You can't use him again, man. You can't.
That game was crazy.
You just got to give him a shout out. That's what you just got to
was
shout
crazy,
out.
man.
11 catches, 265 yards, 3 touchdowns. We already know who it was against. We already know who it was against. We ain't have to say it. And then we're going to go over to the quarterback. What's his name? Jalen Hurts, 4 touchdowns.
Jalen Hurts is balling right now.
Rushing it was against, like you say, you go against the team to get right. You get right, get your stats up, and that's what Jalen Hurts did, yo.
Yeah.
2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a solid game. That was something did what he was supposed to do.
Okay. So shout outs to Jamar Chase, who cost me my 6-game winning streak in my fantasy league. And Jalen Hurts, who was cooking this week. He cooked the Cowboys. And then he now has a tough matchup this week against the Commanders. Those are 2 of the
What's that? A battle for first place, right?
Battle for first. If the Commanders win, they'll be tied for first. And because right now, he goes to 7-2. The Commanders are 7-3. So whoever wins is going to be in first place. Yeah, because whoever wins will have the tiebreaker. But if Philly wins, then they'll have a tiebreaker plus a 1-game advantage over.
And that's the same thing we got with the Steelers and the Ravens. So we got
y'all got to beat the Steelers. I'm tired of all the smiles I'm seeing in black. I'm tired of it, bro. Mike Tomlin thinks he's a genius. I can't take it anymore. He benched my guy Justin. I talk wild crazy about him, and now he's looking like he knew what he was like. He looked like he knew what he knew. I don't like that.
That might win him Coach of the Year, man. This pivot into Russell Wilson when they had a winning record, man.
That's not fair, though, man. Justin went 6-2. That's not fair, man. That's not fair, man.
That's not.
I need a 3, and I like Russ. Russ is like one of my favorite quarterbacks ever. I've been the Russ defender all his career when people were playing on him. Like, let Justin rock, bro. Young is 23. He's trying to get, let him eat, bro. Like, you already got your chip. You got your model wifey who's singing all over the place. Like, let the young bull come up. But I need a 3-pick game.
We trying to win, man. Mike Tomlin on the hot seat.
y'all gonna have to score some points. I mean, y'all gonna not score some points. Y'all always score points. You're gonna have to play some. Your secondary, bro, is
secondary. That's secondary.
Yo, you know what? If I didn't say this again, I gotta apologize to Kyler Murray. He's playing real solid.
Yeah, Mr. Call of Duty. He shocked me.
Mr. Call of Duty. Call of Duty's over there playing real solid, man. Yeah.
Jimmy, we noticed you ain't send no Kirk Cousins meme this week in the chat. What happened?
They're not in first place no more? They're not in first place? Come on, B.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already validated. He's validated my point. I mean, the field goal kicker missed 3 easy field goals and they end up losing. But he's validated my point.
Not to drop that kicker. He was one of the best kickers in the league. Kickers in Cali this year are wilding. Kickers are wilding, bro.
Yo, Justin Tucker is not like automatic no more, bro.
Bro, none of them are anymore. Kickers are bugging out. They're bugging, bro. I've never seen too many kickers.
My homie in Dallas, he's pretty automatic from 6.
Oh, he's automatic. He's a soccer player. That's what you gotta do. You gotta go get you a soccer player, just like that dude in Detroit, Jake Bates. He's a soccer player. Those guys are the ones.
What was he doing? He was a salesman before that.
Some shit like that.
He was a salesman before that. Absolutely.
He was a salesman. Wow.
Nah, but kickers are gonna cost their team a playoff game, and that's not okay. Like, you have one job. You ain't out there getting smacked around, getting concussed. You got one job, bro. Get the damn field goal, bro. Like, come on, beloved. All right, the battle of the dumpster fires in New York. The Giants are 2-8. The Giants went into Germany and lost to the team that got their coach fired, the Saints, the previous week, for losing to that team, the Panthers. And the Jets are 3-7. Which team? Right? I'm not going to ask you which team is worse because they both stink. Which team is more fixable in the immediate? Like, if you were to go into next year, which team do you think has more upside to be immediately better with just some retooling? The Jets or the Giants, and how?
We're going to go with the Giants. The Giants just need a quarterback. I was on Daniel Jones. I liked Daniel Jones for a little bit. I thought Daniel Jones was a good quarterback. I don't know. He fooled me. Daniel Jones.
He tricked you?
He tricked me. I was giving Daniel Jones the benefit of the doubt. I thought he was good, but now I was like, nah, he's just not the quarterback they need.
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, they in every game. It ain't like they're getting blown out.
Literally.
Like they're in every game. They're a turnover away from winning. It seems like every game.
Literally.
So if you think they get a decent quarterback, boom, they're right there, 500 team making a playoff push.
Gene, you look like you disagree. Can you elaborate?
That's a hell of a point, and they are in every game. But I always, even in today's article, I was like, Daboll's a good coach. You feel me? He's a very good coach, and they're always well prepared. They just sometimes don't have the players. My thing with the Jets, I'm gonna have to go with the Jets because they actually, if you look at their roster, they got the squad, bro. Yo, we need.
But do they though, Gene? I'm starting to push back on the Jets players. And Tiki Barber said this earlier this year. He was like, you see the names and you're like, oh, great players, but are they really that? Like, who on the Jets are definitive stud players?
Look, when Robert Saleh, as much as everyone hated him, the Jets were no less than the top 4 defense in the league. Like, the defense showed up every single Sunday. I think the last 2 seasons, our issue was a quarterback. Was at the quarterback position. I'm saying we need a Mike Vrabel type of coach to come in, and it's no nonsense, bro. It's just like, yo, Mike Vrabel, if Sauce is out there doing what he does these past 3 weeks, Mike Vrabel will bench him, bro. That's a fact.
They said he's Ahmed now. He's not Sauce no more. He's not.
You feel me? So just I think.
So you told the media?
Yo, we have
No, you would have told him that. Like, you ain't sauce no more. You lost the sauce. You got mad now.
You said it yourself. Wilson is one of the top wide receivers in the league. Breece Hall is one of the top running backs in the league. We have good linebackers. We have Reed, who's a good cornerback. Sauce, I know Sauce can play better than that because I've seen it 2 seasons. You feel me? But I think like we just need the right coaching and obviously an offensive line. But we really need a no nonsense coach. Like, stop playing with these dudes, bro. I guarantee, like, even like a Rex Ryan. Rex is not taking none of this shit. Rex, I watch Rex. We traded for I think, what was his name from the Eagles? Was it Lito Shepherd? Remember? We had Lito Shepherd, the cornerback, and it was a playoff game against the Colts, the AFC championship game. That's the game that the Colts beat us to go to the Super Bowl. Lito was our starting cornerback the entire season. First half, when Peyton Manning cooked that dude up, Lito ain't played the whole second half, bro.
Would you take Rex back?
Huh?
Would you take Rex back right now? Why not? Because Rex wants the job.
Right. He had that team rocking, though.
No, come on, New York.
Mark Sanchez, man. Yeah, Mark Sanchez in the playoff.
Rocking with Rex, bro. Even remember Giants players like, yo, I want to play for Rex.
Yeah, Rex had the time popping.
See, I keep mentioning Dan Campbell because at least like Rex is not a good game manager. When it comes to motivating players, like I'll hire him to give a pregame speech because that nigga will make me jump out the window. You feel me?
Yeah.
I hire Rex to give you the pregame speech, and if you wilding at halftime, he come in and get in that ass. You feel me? But like as an in-game manager, I used to watch game second half in the third quarter. We use all 3 timeouts, bro.
I mean, that's happening now. That's bad. I can't stand when they use timeouts, especially before the fourth quarter, bro. Like, even if you got to take a 5-yard delay game, take it, bro. Like, it's not.
Hold up. Do you think quarterbacks can't call their game?
What do you mean?
You get what I'm saying?
They're taking everything out of their hands, bro.
If their headphones is messing up, they obviously didn't get the play. They look at the play clock. You can't call a play?
I mean, they got the shit on their wrists.
So like Aaron Rodgers has that leeway in New York. There's a point where Aaron Rodgers is the one calling the timeout instead of running the play because he's too much of a perfectionist where if it doesn't look like he wants it to look, he's going to call a timeout, which pisses me off because it's like, know we're going to be in a close game. We know we're going to need these in the fourth quarter. And the Jets used 3 timeouts in the first quarter against the Patriots. I couldn't believe what I was. I thought these dudes were training, bro. 3 timeouts in the first quarter. They ended up losing that game, by the way, because they couldn't score late in the second quarter. They couldn't get the ball. I'm like, bro, take the 5 yards, especially if it's like first or second down. Like, it's not that big of a deal, bro. Like, people are averaging 15 yards a catch nowadays in the NFL, bro. Just call good plays. Call better plays.
Mm-hmm. And another point with Rex is just like, I don't know if the game passed him by, but I feel like Rex wouldn't be the type to like want to pivot in a new direction of like the type of coaching or the type of philosophies that the offenses and defenses are adapting to. I feel like for him to come back, he would kind of be stuck in his way. Like, oh yeah, I used to run the 3-4 and we're going to do this. And it's like, dude, we don't do that no more, bro. Like, the running back is not getting 35 times a game, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, right. Thomas Jones is not.
Yeah. Yo, pre-game speech, man, you call Rex, man. Like, he'll get you right. But I think the Jets can switch it around, but with the right coaching. So I'm going to go with the Jets.
I'm gonna side with Duece here. I think it's Giants, and I think it's part of the organizational structure in New York. Like Woody and like just how Woody fired the coach without the GM even knowing. The GM came into the building, had no idea that the coach was getting fired. Like there's just no structure of who's in charge of who's supposed to do what. And down to Aaron Rodgers, like if you're fixing the Jets, are you getting rid of Aaron Rodgers? Or are you bringing him back? He can't be there next year. He's going to be there, but he should not be there next year. And the worst part is he made them trade for Devontae Adams, and the Jets picked up his contract, $31 million, and a bonus for him to restructure for next year. So now you got a receiver who looks like he's not the same receiver that you're paying $31 million, and Garrett Wilson's contract is due next year. Like, what is... And I remember I talked about this early in the year before the trade even happened. I was like, yo, Garrett Wilson's his contract is up. And now you're like, well, if we're going to win a Super Bowl with Devontae Adams, you do it. You're not even close to being a Super Bowl team right now. And now you're going to eat that money for what?
You got
But
3
who would
wins.
you trust? Which organization would you trust to like draft better players? Though I'd say like the past 3,
No, the
4 years,
Giants.
like what?
Giants.
The Giants have drafted better players.
Who?
Giants just a quarterback away.
The Giants, like, what are you talking,
Bro.
Gene? So there's okay.
The QB situation is washed. We've drafted better running backs. We've better cornerbacks.
No, he didn't.
Who?
No, he didn't. We're better running back. Brees Hall. I like Brees Hall a lot. That's my fantasy thing. The way that I evaluate
in Daboll's tenure, right? Like who has he drafted?
It's been 3 years. Tyrone Tracy looks like he's going to be a star running back in this league, which is why again
star running back.
I mean, what's a star running back? He's been starting for 5 weeks. He's like in those 5 weeks, nobody has more rushing yards than him, and he's like sharing snaps with Devin Singletary. Tyrone Tracy is a home run. He reminds me of Brees Hall. He's the type of guy he runs hard. He's a little bit more in between the tackle than Brees, but he's a receiver that converted to running back. So he knows how to find open space, and when he finds open space, he hits home runs. So that's the part of him that reminds me of Brees Hall. But he's a little bit more. He's way more physical than Brees Hall. This guy will run you over. Brees Hall don't want no smoke. He don't want no contact. Brees Hall want to run, slide through, and run 70 yards. The way I evaluate drafts is not by the guys who you're supposed to draft, where you're supposed to draft them. Like Malik Neighbors, you're supposed to draft him that high. Right? Like Garrett Wilson's supposed to go top 10. The gems that you find in the draft are where I'm like, oh, okay. You got your boots to the ground. You got your scouts in places like they drafted this kid. Right. This kid, Phillips from Kentucky, the cornerback who plays the slot for the Giants. This kid looks like he's going to be a star cornerback. Like he's already taking first team reps outside because Deonte Banks is starting to stink it up out of Maryland. They got this safety Tyler Newton from Minnesota in the 5th round. He's starting. They let the buddy go, Xavier McKinney go, so that he can start for the Giants, and he's been doing well. The Giants have the edge rusher, Ozzie Illusory or something like that. Offensive. The Giants draft. They are good at finding gems. Where they suck is at finding. Well, again, this regime, it's hard for me to say because they didn't draft Daniel Jones. But where the Giants have historically sucked is finding the quarterback that is going to work in this town and be successful long term. Eli was a no-brainer. They didn't even draft Eli. They had to trade for him, right? Because they're just never bad enough to have the top pick. I'm saying they don't even know how to suck, bro. These dudes will win games late in the season that'll cost them from drafting Jaden Daniels. Like they won last year, and they lost Jaden Daniels, and Washington said, "God bless." Like, and now
they wasn't gonna draft him anyway. So what are you talking about?
Because he's black.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have to draft a black quarterback this year. Gene, they have to.
Y'all gotta get somebody from Eastern Illinois. No black. No.
Cam Ward in New York is going to feed families. Cam Ward to Malik Neighbors is going to feed families. So the only concern I have is I don't think they'll take Cam with the number 1 pick, which kind of not want me to have them pick number 1. If Cam Ward is anywhere 2 or 3, I think they're going to take him. Number 1, it's like Shador. Do you take Shador? But do you also want like everything that comes with Shador? Shador seems like he might drive you crazy like, a little bit, not on the field, like outside of football.
He works hard. I mean, like the media stuff, he works hard. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's like, can he handle this time? Because Shador is like a clapbacker. Like he'll go on Twitter and clap back at people. It's like the Giants are not that kind of organization where, and the Giants are blue collar. Like the Steelers, the Giants, those guys are very tight. They keep everything in, which is why they love Saquon so much because Saquon was literally like the perfect player. The perfect athlete. He didn't do social media BS. He posted his workouts. He posted his kids, and that was it. Saquon wasn't at the club. He wasn't around with random goals, and he didn't give you any of that, which is why the owner was like, if we lose him to Philly, I'm going to have a hard time sleeping at night because he's the perfect player you want to draft with a top 2 pick. But I think the Giants are easier to fix, if for nothing, because they already have the coach. They just got to go find the coach. We know the coach. We agree that the coach is a very good coach. They have talent on the offensive side and the defensive side, and we've seen like just their effort. They play like they care. The Jets are out there like they lead the league in missed tackles. Sauce
Yeah.
leads the league in missed tackles. That's a lack of not caring, bro.
Yeah, I don't give a
Not
damn, man.
caring. You don't care. Like, so, and the one I saw on Sunday was the worst I think I've ever seen. Like, when your guy, Trey McBride, caught it, Sauce had him stop 7 yards for a first down. He carries the dude, spins off of him, and then hurdles another dude. I'm like, oh, yeah, the Jets, they mailed it in. They mailed it in. So I think the Giants are the easier fix because they can get out of Daniel Jones and go draft a quarterback. The Jets still have Aaron Rodgers on the books. They still have Devontae Adams on the books. How do you get rid of those contracts?
Yeah, I was going to draft a QB from Eastern Wisconsin with the number 7 pick, bro.
Well,
At least the Jets is just like, at least Zach Wilson was from like USC, and they had some type of pedigree. Y'all just be drafting like
Zach Wilson is from BYU. You went to Catholic school.
Darnold, Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Like at least like the Jets will do like a Geno Smith from like West Virginia, but
West Virginia,
I just be on some. I don't know, man. We'll see though.
Yo, who's your front runner for MVP? Is it Lamar in no debate?
Yeah, it's Lamar making it seem like that's just gonna be his.
That's his award.
Yeah, that's his award. But yeah, Lamar, and then gotta go with the young kid, Jaden Daniels. Throw him in there for what he's doing.
Gene doesn't think Jaden Daniels is gonna win it because he's a rookie.
Not win it, but he could be in there in talk. Definitely in talk.
If I had a vote, I'd give it to Jaden Daniels because he's balling. But like, politics is politics in the NFL. They're gonna say, "Yo, you're gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year. This is your award. We're not gonna give you MVP," which is BS to me. You feel me? Like, if a dude is balling and he's the MVP, he's the goddamn MVP. I feel like baseball is probably the only sport that get that right. Like, a new dude comes in and he's a rookie. If he puts a 50 home runs, 175 RBIs, bats 380, like they'll give him the MVP.
Baseball does not get the MVP right. Baseball does not get that. Don't get me started.
I'm saying a rookie that would come in to MLB and put up crazy stats and win. Like, I feel like MLB would be more inclined.
It's an individual, performance thing. Yeah.
But like football is just like all these politics. Like even like early in the season, my MVP candidate was Christian McCaffrey, but just like it has been 15 years since a running back won it, bro. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But I think it's Lamar's to win. I had to Google it. I didn't even know. Your homie only threw 2 interceptions this year.
Yeah.
Like, he's improved on every number from last season's MVP and 2019's MVP, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
2 interceptions and we're 11 games in?
I don't know if Lamar wants to keep collecting these awards and not do anything more than that, but it's like it's going to become like it's like LeBron in Miami. Mm-hmm. It's going to become like they're going to stop giving it to him at a point just because, all right, Lamar, we get it, bro. You're going to win MVP every year. Like,
you're the greatest to put on the helmet. We know.
I'm rooting for y'all this year. I hope y'all put 50 on Pittsburgh.
Hypothetically, let's say Ravens do win and Lamar wins the MVP. He top 5 QBs?
Ever?
Yeah, ever.
Nah.
What? If he wins the Super Bowl?
If he wins the Super Bowl and he wins a 3rd MVP.
Man, listen. If Lamar wins the Super Bowl, he probably jumps up there as the number 1 quarterback of all time.
Real talk. Like, if he wins that Super Bowl, he in my top 10, bro. Then I'm gonna worry about the list.
You're not even gonna sit here and tell me Super Bowl Lamar against any
like what? See, that's the thing. We're moving the goalposts now. It's like because we like the guy, we're gonna say all he needs is 1, right? Like, and again, Lamar is a great winner. Like, he has all the accolades. I get it. But
his one Super Bowl, would you say it would be more important than like Drew Brees' 1 Super Bowl, or more impressive than Drew Brees?
I think he's better than Drew Brees now.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm just saying top 5. I'm thinking Brady. I'm thinking Manning. I'm thinking Pat. No debate. I'm thinking Montana, and the 5th spot is where it starts going. Where you go, Rodgers, you go Elway, you go, Marino. Where do you go with that?
then if you give if Lamar wins a Super Bowl, you will just put him above all of them. Because his skill level just surpasses all of them. Like
How's his skill level surpass Pat?
Fam, like if Lamar, all right, if Lamar wins
there.
one, if
Lamar's
Lamar
more
wins
skilled than
one,
Patrick Mahomes. He's more athletic than Patrick Mahomes. He's not more
So-
skilled than Patrick Mahomes.
if Lamar wins one, to me that's better than Eli and Ben Roethlisberger. I'm putting him above them two dudes, and they got two each. Like, because I just say because when we watch football, we're like, yo, the amount of shit that he got to do for these niggas to be successful and win on a consistent basis, he's always the constant. Like, bro, I could see it right now. They'll march into the playoff, and that secondary give up 600 yards. And they gonna be like, yo, Lamar can't get it done.
Exactly. Y'all gotta realize that, man. Lamar, like, he make it look easy, and it's really not that easy out there. He make it look easy. He make it, yeah.
I think top 5 is wild talks. I think top 10 you can start having a conversation. They only because of the accolades. Because if you didn't have 2 MVPs already, we wouldn't be having this conversation. It's because he already got 2 MVPs.
We're having this conversation because he got everything but the Super Bowl.
We'll see.
Like, that's the only reason you won't be like he's the number 1 quarterback, because he ain't win the big one yet. Once he win the big one, yo,
he's
like
his, right now, he's comfortably
like
number
what he's
2.
doing this season. This is a great season all around. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like 24 touchdowns, 2 picks so far. That's some great stats. And he's number 2 in passing yards.
Let's see if he handles Pittsburgh this week, and I'm rooting for him to, because Pittsburgh's on my hit list right now.
Yeah.
Let's see if he handles Pittsburgh. All right. Well, we'll see. The exciting week of football, starting with the Commanders in Philly on Thursday night, and then going into the weekend with Kansas City and Buffalo. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, a division rival. Those two hate each other. Those games are always classics. So we know it's going to come down to the fourth quarter, and we'll go from there. But tap in, subscribe, drop some questions in the comments, what you want us to talk about, and we'll holler at y'all when we see y'all next time. Beloved, peace.